In every artist's journey, there comes a moment, the quiet shift, when admiration turns into devotion, and support transforms into something deeper, something almost spiritual. Tonight, we tell the story of that moment for Belle Mariano. A moment born not from flashing lights, not from billboards, not from grand red carpets, but from the warmth of cinema, the quiet hum of waiting fans, and the soft but steady heartbeat of gratitude. Because in a world that loves noise, Belle Mariano continues to shine the brightest in silence. It was supposed to be an ordinary screening. Just another event, another schedule. Another entry on the list of meet, greet, and buys relentless promotions. But long before Belle even stepped into the venue, something felt different. The halls of Uptown BGC shimmered, not just from the overhead lights, but from the energy of people waiting. Posters in hand. Phones ready. Hearts full. These weren't casual viewers. They weren't random moviegoers looking for something to do on weeknight. These were people who showed up because they believed. Because they wanted to lift someone they admired. Because, for many of them, Belle wasn't just a celebrity. She was comfort, hope, representation, and joy wrapped into one small, soft-spoken package. And this night, it was for her. But the fans weren't the only ones who saw the spark. Tim Yap, his name synonymous with events, glamour, celebration, decided to add something unexpected to the growing wave of support. A special screening. A tribute. A gesture of respect for Belle and the entire meet, greet, and buy team. This wasn't arranged as part of the official promo. It wasn't scheduled months prior. It wasn't demanded or negotiated or tied to publicity. It came from appreciation. From genuine admiration. And that simple act would set the tone for everything that followed. That was the moment the cinema shifted. Belle Mariano arrived, not in a grand limousine, not with loud announcements, not with an entourage clearing the way. Just Belle. A young woman with a heavy smile, glowing eyes, and presence that somehow filled the entire room without demanding attention. The crowd erupted, not with chows but with warmth. The kind of cheering that pulls you in instead of overwhelming you. She waved softly, almost unsure if she deserved the love she was receiving. But that was exactly why they loved her. Belle didn't walk like the star used to applause. She walked like a girl grateful for every face that turned to her. Phones lifted. Voices shouted her name. Fans reached out just to catch her attention for a second. And Belle, always Belle, made sure to look at as many of them as she could, eyes soft, smile genuine. One fan whispered, "Ang ganda niya pero mas maganda yung aura." Another said, "She looks tired pero grave, she's still giving her all." A mother told her daughter, "Yan ang idol. Maganda, talented, pero mabait. Dapat ganyan lagi." Belle didn't hear everything, but she felt it. Every cheer. Every greeting. Every moment of love. And all she could say, over and over, was, "Thank you, Po. Thank you for the love and support." The kind of gratitude that comes not from publicity training, but from the heart of someone who knows how far she's come. If there's one thing DonBelle fans are known for, it's loyalty. The moment meet, greet, and buy launched, screenings pop up everywhere, organized not Keith agencies, not Keith producers, but beside the very people who loved Belle and Donny. 17 block screenings. 17. And that number kept growing. People reserved entire theaters, gathered friends, coordinated groups, printed banners, made merch. All for Belle. All for the movie. All for the love they've carried for years. But what made this night special? It wasn't the number of screenings. It wasn't even the presence of big personalities like Tim Yap. It was Belle's decision to show up for the fans the same way they showed up for her. Tired as she was. Busy as her schedule had become. Exhausted from non-stop promos. She came anyway. Because to Belle, showing up was never about requirement. It was gratitude, responsibility, respect, love. Kung kaya ko naman, bakit hindi ako pupunta? That was her mindset. And that mindset, that humility, would become the very reason Filipinos adored her even more. The lights dimmed. The crowd quieted. Belle took seat. But something happened before the movie rolled. A man stepped forward, one of the speakers for the event. He wasn't a celebrity. He wasn't trained for speeches. He wasn't reciting lines. He was speaking from the heart. He looked at Belle. Then he looked at the fans. And he said, "Magmahalan tayo. Mahal natin si Belle. Pero higit sa lahat mahal natin ang pamilya." Simple. Sincere. Soft enough to be missed but powerful enough to be remembered. The audience clapped, not loudly, but meaningfully. In that moment, the event transformed. It wasn't just a screening anymore. It wasn't even just a fan gathering. It became a reminder of connection, of kindness, of community, of the very dream that meet, greet, and buy was built upon. That family is not always blood. Sometimes, family is the people who show up for you, time and time again. And that night, Belle's family was all around her. As the event came to an end, Belle stood one last time and faced the crowd. She waved. She smiled. She mouthed silent thank yous to those she didn't get to greet earlier. But perhaps the most magical moment. The people didn't simply cheer her name. They blessed her. They wished her success. They told her they were proud of her. They told her she deserved everything she had earned. And while Belle didn't say it out loud, her eyes said it for her. She wasn't just grateful. She was moved. As she stepped out of the cinema, someone from the back said, "Donny, ikaw naman next." And everyone laughed, not the mocking kind, but the hopeful kind. Because deep down, they all knew. This journey, this story, this magic surrounding meet, greet, and buy, has 2 stars, 2 hearts, 2 people bound via one fandom. And tonight was Belle's night. But maybe, just maybe, the next one belongs to Donny. Outside, the air was cooler. The noise had softened. But the glow remained. Fans lingered, taking photos, talking about Belle, replaying moments, joking about Donny, sharing their favorite scenes from the film. And even as Belle left, her presence stayed. Because for many of them, Belle wasn't just an actress who came to a screening. She was hope. She was light. She was proof that talent grows best when watered with humility. Tim Yap's gesture. The fans' dedication. The heartfelt message inside the theater. The 17-block screenings. The rising success of the movie. All of it pointed to one truth. Belle Mariano has become unstoppable. Not because she pushes herself forward, but because the world keeps lifting her up. And that is a kind of success no trophy, no billboard, no headline could ever fully capture. Kung nagustuhan mo ang kwentong ito, huwag kalimutang mag-like, mag-subscribe, at mag-comment. Dito sa Pinoy Hugot Teas, bawat kwento may kurot, at bawat kurot may kwento.